This past weekend, I subjected myself to one of the worst movies I've ever seen. Hi, welcome back to a brand new video. Today's video is about the movie North Hollywood, and as the title of this video suggests, it is a movie about skateboarding. And you know, there's nothing wrong with movies about skateboarding, unless that movie is made by Illegal Civ and is directed by Mikey Alfred. Now, if those two names don't mean anything to you, that's a good thing, and I'm sorry for what I'm about to do. Originally, I was going to make a video about Illegal Civ as a whole, title the video The Worst Skateboarding Company or something like that, but all the Illegal Civ drama is basically dead, and my channel isn't about skateboarding. You know, I like to skateboard and all, but I'd rather be forced to watch this movie for the rest of my life than be a skateboard YouTuber. But I still want to talk about skateboarding in some capacity and shit on Mikey Alfred. And what better way to do that than endure 90 minutes of pure dog shit? Okay, I'll stop being hyperbolic, and while I do believe this is the worst movie about skateboarding, it's not offensively bad, but it's damn near close. Of course, before we begin, if at any point during the video you think it's a good video, consider subscribing. It helps motivate me to make better and more frequent videos. And with that being said, enjoy the video. The movie starts with the main character, Michael, getting ready to go to church, before his dad wants to talk to him about the shower flooding the bathroom. And not even 5 minutes into the movie, we get subjected to the worst part of this film, the dialogue. Now, I'll admit, this first scene isn't that bad, but as the movie goes on, holy shit, it gets worse and worse as the film goes on. Also, in this first scene, we get introduced to the second worst part of this movie, the protagonist, Michael. But I'll talk about him more in a bit. But back to the writing, there are very few scenes where the writing and dialogue feels natural. But even in those scenes where the dialogue is passable, it's not that the writing randomly got good, it's the actors being able to carry this shitty script to something watchable. After the incredibly awkward opening, we see some clips of Michael trying to tray flip down a 10 stair, and him and his friends fucking with security guards. This is where we meet Michael's friends, Jay and Adolf? I feel like I don't need to explain why naming a character Adolf is bad. Like, there are scenes in this movie that are supposed to be serious, but get ruined because out of all the names, Mikey Alfred picked Adolf. But anyway, Michael and his friends are altar boys at the local church, and because they graduated high school, they can't be altar boys anymore. Also, for some reason, the priest is Jason Dill. Now, this scene and plot point have zero relevance to the rest of the film. Like, the only time it's brought up again in the movie is when, okay, while I was writing this video, I realized going through the movie scene by scene would be even more boring to watch than the movie itself. So I'm going to try to condense this as much as possible, which means I'm going to talk about the love interest in the story, Rachel. Now look, I'm going to give the actress who plays Rachel the benefit of the doubt, and that the writing of this movie did her dirty.
Wow, what happened to your eye?
Nothing, just fell skating.
Don't you have water polo practice right now?
I actually just quit.
Crazy.
Yeah, I just gotta focus on one thing, you know?
And what's that?
I'm gonna be a pro skater.
Wow, that's cool. Are you any good?
I guess.
Almost every scene she is in is like this, and it just hurts to watch. But Rachel is not the worst part of this movie. The worst, most insufferable part is Michael. Michael is a horrible protagonist. He is an annoying, egotistical prick. Now, obviously, a movie's protagonist doesn't have to be likable, but they should still be entertaining to watch, and Michael is not entertaining to watch. And seeing as he is the main character, it makes the movie not entertaining to watch. My least favorite scene in the movie has all of my issues with Michael and the movie in general in it. The setup for this is that Michael broke his board and needs to get a new one before he goes to skate with some pro skaters he met earlier in the movie. One of these pros being Tyshawn Jones, which is just like, why? It actually infuriates me a little bit how many professional skateboarders are in this movie as cameos. Because in a vacuum, seeing Louis Lopez, Andrew Reynolds, and P-Rod all at a table should be at least a little bit cool, but when the movie it happens in is shit, it's just disappointing. Anyway, Michael, Jay, and Adolf make their way to a skate shop in a mall, which is probably Zumiez, so in that case, it's not a skate shop. Anyway, they go into the skate shop to steal a board, which is just so lame. Like, it feels like Mikey Alfred was like, this is a movie about skateboarding, and skateboarders don't give a fuck about anything, and they love disorder. And look, as a skateboarder myself, there are definitely a lot of things like I don't give a fuck about, but like no skateboarder thinks it's cool to steal boards from a skate shop, even if it's a Zoomies. Now this idea, I guess, I don't know what else to call it, of skateboarders breaking laws is executed so much better in the movie Street Dreams, where P-Rod's character gets arrested for removing skate stops, which is a way cooler crime to commit instead of stealing a skateboard from a struggling business. After they steal the board, security comes and they split up, and for some god-awful reason, Michael just leaves the board, even though he's fine. And of course, him and his friends start fighting, and they get caught anyway. You know what Michael is most upset about while they're in jail? He's mad he didn't get to skate with the pros. And Michael is like this even until the end of the movie. Like, after he goes through what you think would be character development, he's still an asshole to his friends, like, throughout the whole movie. He doesn't go through any character development until like the last 10 minutes of the movie. This whole movie feels like a standstill for most of its runtime. Like, things will just happen. For example, there's a plot line throughout the movie of Michael's dad really wanting him to go to college, but then all of a sudden at the end of the movie he's like, you're not going to college, you're going to work for me. Honestly, I feel like the more I talk about this movie, the more unorganized this video will become, so I'm going to wrap this up now. For a movie about skateboarding, there is hardly any skating in this movie. However, I will say when there is skating in the movie, it's pretty good and entertaining to watch, and I wish there was more of it. The colors and the way the movie is shot is pretty good. I enjoyed the music choices, but that's all the positives I have to say. And now, to close out this video, I want to talk about the ending of the movie, which is literally the same as the start, except Michael does actually do the tray flip down the 10 stair, and him and Adolf are magically friends again, and Michael goes on to become a pro skater. The movie ends without really any proper build-up. It's hard to describe, but this movie feels like stuff just happens and there's no flow of events, and when there is, it feels extremely unnatural. But that's really all I got for today. If you enjoyed the video, consider subscribing and let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for watching. Peace out.
I catch my look in the mirror. I don't know just who it is I see.